What about a cookie that might actually be as big as my head? It is huge. They are 4 ounces. They're also Jimmy da Baker. This is chocolate chip. Not that I actually need to tell you that, because I'm sorry, how about a little cookie with your chips? They are beautifully made, just the right of yummy brown on the underside, and absolutely positively delicious. From Jimmy the Baker, you're getting a dozen 4-ounce New York-style cookies. You're letting us know your choice, and yes, of course, there is a combo. So you can get all dozen in the chocolate chunk. I called it a chip. You can get all dozen in the cornbread, which are amazing.
That's no chunk.
Or no.
That's a chip.
Or
That's
all
no
12,
chip, that's a chunk.
That is a chunk. Or all dozen in the ginger molasses. And there is the combo where you can get 3, 6, 9, 4, 8, 12. Let's do the math right. 4 of them a piece. They come individually wrapped. They're 3 easy payments of $16. Brand new today. And as I'm looking, is there an auto delivery? There is not. There is not an auto delivery. So I know we've been talking about being smart and making smart decisions, but I feel like, first of all, it's infinitely shareable, Jane.
Sure.
And second of all, you always deserve to have a super duper treat. And this is that.
Look at that cookie. Holy Toledo.
Yes.
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Canico.
Happy New Year, love. Are you looking up? Yay. Hi.
I'm here.
Happy New
I'm
Year.
here.
Without the chef's hat. What is happening? And a blurry in the background.
I'm traveling. Happy New Year without. I don't know. I'm trying to keep my location secret because I'm in the middle of the country. Let's say I'm in St. Louis. If I give out the location, they're going to be knocking on
Knocking
the
on the
door,
door, right.
trying to get in.
I get it. We get
and
it.
I can't.
You're traveling, right. You've got to be a little bit incognito. Well, tell us about, please reveal
Oh my
for us
gosh.
the wow of these cookies. Do you have the ginger molasses?
Cornbread.
Jane has the, oh, you want to talk about cornbread first?
Cornbread, man. Let's go ginger molasses
Okay.
first because I know that's probably Jane's favorite cookie.
Yes, it is.
So that is, if you like molasses and you like ginger. And so you know me, I love I call them the autumn fall spices all year round, but ginger molasses, particularly in the Northeast and particularly in Pennsylvania, by the way, and it's got just enough molasses in it. That original recipe called for a lot of molasses. I actually pulled back on the molasses. It's pretty soft as it is with the amount of molasses in it. I can't imagine going per recipe. So that's a bit, all those cookies are big. That cookie is, again, one of the cookies that eat really well cold. Tastes great at room temperature. I like the ginger cold. I like it at room temperature. I like that cookie at room temperature better than I like the chocolate chip at room temperature. But the ginger molasses, you get those, it's individually, all of them are individually wrapped. They freeze great. Keep them either in your freezer or refrigerator. That's the cornbread.
I know, I'm just doing the cornbread, Jimmy. So tell us about what inspired you to make a cornbread cookie. Like, even talk to us about that thought.
Somebody sent me a recipe.
Oh.
Somebody sent me a recipe they said it was from their grandmother. This person who sent me the recipe was an older person. Let's put you that way. So this recipe goes way back. And so this is a sleeper. People who've had this cookie love this cookie. Not overly sweet, but the graininess of the corn and the butter notes in it, right? It's like your crispy cornbread stuff, man. It works. It really does. So I want to say, in terms of people contacting me, like getting it and saying, when I get feedback, this one, I have to say last year was a lot more feedback than any other cookie that we made, perhaps behind the cranberry cookie.
What I feel like, Jimmy, is that you took like the best imaginable cornbread muffin and added honey to it. That's, to me, what that cookie tastes like.
Yeah, and here's an update.
Here's an update for you, honey.
The individual flavors are all now last call. If you want all of the ginger, all of the cornbread, and all of the mega chip, they're all last call. If you want the combo, we still have some available, but that has been the most popular choice, and you get 12 of these cookies.
Right. And up here, we have cold glasses of milk, Jimmy, because I know that, always dunkable into those ice cold glasses of milk. We've gone through 2 of the flavors, but you know what? We have to talk about the quintessentially amazing chocolate chunk. I mislabeled it and said chip. These are absolutely chunks. How do you do your chocolate chip cookie, Jimmy?
The labor. So when the book is written on my life, the chocolate chip or chocolate chunk cookie is the most difficult thing I've had to make in terms of pleasing everybody. Everybody's got their own version of what it's almost like politics, Republican or Democrat. You're either one way or the other. So, but me in particular, it is that kind of real chewiness, not too soft. I'm not a fan of soft cookies. You know that, chocolate chip cookies anyway. But we've actually pulled back a bit on the chip because we didn't want it to be like candy. I want that cookie to stand on its own, and I think it does.
Oh, just the right amount, right? The chocolate and then the salt that you get, like yum. And then the creaminess, the bendiness, not super crisp, but also not so moist that there isn't any like guts to it.
Here's the good news. For many of you, you're going to end up with the combo if you don't place an order quickly. So the good news about that is you get to try all of them because they're all good and they're all different. And imagine the ice cream sandwich you can make with a cookie like this.
Yeah, over here.
Oh,
we don't
my
even have to
gosh.
imagine. And when I said that this was as big as my head, just in case you were curious, it's like, look at how big this. Look at how big this. Hi, Rachel just disappeared because she's behind.
So
the
you
cookie.
cut that in 4s. That's 4 people.
Oh. Yeah, you cut it in 4s, and the weight of this is like a 5-pound weight, frankly. You cut it in 4s, you're feeding, I don't know, a bajillion
really
people. Certainly you could cut them up, put them on your dessert board, cut them in quarters, like you said. But this is again, individually wrapped. Jimmy, you have like a recipe for what we should do when we get them home, right? We can't just leave them out, or what's your recommendation?
Listen, you could leave cookies out at room temperature.
Oh, okay.
The older I get, the more cookies that I eat, and I eat a lot of cookies. Keep them in the fridge or keep them in the freezer. They're going to last for weeks. Keep them at room temperature. They'll last several days, but I love that chocolate chip cookie right out of the fridge. I've got one in my fridge. Yeah. Who's on?
Julia
what's going on?
Carolee is here.
My secret Santa.
Yeah, my secret Santa. We had each other. Isn't that crazy?
Okay, I love that.
It was amazing. Okay, I saw these cookies when I was getting mic'd up. I was like, change my IFB. I'm going out there. I need to get me one of these cookies. I have 3 hours over on QVC2. I need a little sugar rush.
What
kind is
that? That
this?
is a chocolate chunk.
Okay, that is like how.
What, do you want cornbread or do you want ginger molasses?
Okay.
Or here. Why
exactly.
choose?
Exactly.
Here.
Why choose?
Jimmy's not here.
Oh, dealer's choice. I'll have them off to the side with my little coffee.
What
Happy
are you
New Year,
doing?
girls.
What do you
It's
have?
nice to
Happy New
see
Year
you.
to see.
I have 3 hours of Your Style Live
Of Your Style
clearance.
Live. Okay,
it is chock full.
Who do you have
We
on?
got a little Renee.
Yes.
Okay.
We got a little logo. You can't see
Yes,
it,
that's
but they're
right,
really
cute.
fabulous, the
You
logo
look great.
jeans. Thanks, guys.
We'll see you.
Well, I missed you.
All
Happy New Year,
right.
both.
Okay.
Bye, Jimmy.
Bye. Well, we missed her, and we missed
Bye-bye.
you, Jimmy. We can't wait for you to come back and talk with us about muffins and cookies and more.
Yeah.
I'll be back tomorrow.
Okay,
I'll be
perfect.
there in the studio tomorrow.
Safe
Safe
flight, love.
travels, yes.
Great seeing you.
Bye-bye.
See you later.
Thank you.
95589.
All right, so we started with dessert. Welcome on in. This is 4 hours of gourmet holiday, and